2 years from retirement. Do this, please. I've done this video at least once before. I mean, I've done 6,000 videos. There's no way everybody's watched every single one of them. How dare you not watch all my videos? Tim, the Chiefs fan, Tim. You know what you're talking about, Tim. Tim's like, oh, the Chiefs, best team ever. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce for president. Anyway, so I was talking to this lady this morning. We'll call her Kat. Kat. And she's crushing. Got no, just tiny little bit about dead, but just crushing. I love Kat. She's fantastic. And she's a little bit heavy in terms of her equity exposure, in my opinion. Now she's done she only got $600,000 in retirement portfolio. All right, only. And I say, she's 60 in her mid 60s. It's a wonderful, wonderful lady, and she's single. For you fellas out there, so you can put the comments, hey Kat, I'd like to snuggle with you. Why are we going so doggone slow? Man, all right. Anyway, so if you're interested, say, hey Kat, it's me. I'm a dog. We call you dog. You'll call you doggy. Believe it or not, I had a cat named Kitty and a dog named Doggy. Isn't that crazy? My mom was just talking about that the other day. All right, so anyway, so Kat has got about $600,000 or so. About a little bit less than $200,000 in the Fidelity money market, which is fantastic, but all the rest is stocks. And the problem is she's going to be needing, before she takes social, she's going to get a small pension, and she's smart, man. She is smart. She did an income annuity that's going to kick in when she's 69 years old. Just like she said, oh yeah, by the way, and we're running her plan. I said, she goes, I have this extra $1,000 a month income. I said, oh yeah, probably need to know that. A small pension, about $800 a month, and social is about $3,500 a month. But before she takes social, before she gets that annuity, she's going to need to rely on her portfolio. So she's going to tap into her portfolio from when she retires to when she's all this Social Security and all this other stuff kicking in. I think we said about $250,000 total. All right, so she's got $600,000. 170 or something like that is in cash. Still not enough, man. It's not enough. It's close, but I said you need to downshift your Fidelity accounts. So she's got all Fidelity's management accounts. They're fine, but she got just tons and tons of holdings in there. I'm like, ugh. But at least it's holdings. At least it's not. At least it's individual stocks, not just mutual funds. Because that's one thing. Like Vanguard and some of these other guys, they're just doing mutual funds inside a managed account. It's like, dude. I said you got downshift. Downshift. Like you're basically in fifth gear. What I'd like you to do is downshift to fourth gear. So essentially going from 90-10 to 70-30, and they use that with their cash account as well. So in this case, I said ideally if you had $1 million, and she didn't have $1 million, but hear me out. Ideally you would have 30,000 and 300,000 in cash, and the rest in the Fidelity balanced account, for instance. 70% stocks, 30% bonds. And I said that's a great portfolio. So in this case, you'd have, of your $1 million, 700,000 would be in the Fidelity balance account, which is large cap, blue chip stocks. 70% of that is large cap blue chip stocks, and 30% of that is high quality government and corporate bonds. So essentially, what would happen? You have 30% in cash. So if you think about it, you'd have 50% of your portfolio be in stocks, 30% in high quality bonds, and 30% in cash. Because we're going to need that money. We're going to need a good amount of this money before all the other income comes in. Now, the other income isn't enough to live on either. She needs more from her portfolio. Not much, and she's going to be fine. But, I mean, we just don't want to get crushed a la 2008 in these 2 to 3 years where you're needing to live on that money. We just don't. And then, frankly, what I like about Fidelity. So basically, ultimately, she'll have Fidelity balance account or Wellington if you're a Vanguard. I don't care. And then you have cash. What a great portfolio. It's just so simple, so easy. The fees are moderately low. It's easy. But other funds do better. I don't care. I don't care about doing better. We want to make sure we don't get crushed. And Kat is a pretty aggressive person, a pretty aggressive investor too. She goes, yeah, I've always just been go get it, go get them. I said, no, I get it. And I'm not saying we can't go back to that, but for the next couple of years, we got to just, because, you know, she doesn't know what she's going to spend in retirement, dude. You know what I'm saying? I said, for the next couple of years, we got to figure, I mean, I have a pretty sneaky idea that I'm even overestimating her expenditures, because when you factor in her income, minus the amount of money she's putting in her 401k, minus the amount of money she's paying income tax and FICA tax, you know what I'm saying? You know, she's not, we had that expenditure as if she's living off that when she's retired. It's just not going to happen, man. I mean, anything could happen, but let's just say she's living off $80,000 a year after taxes, after 401k contributions. We still had her living off $80,000 a year, if not more. And it's just the likelihood of that happening is not high, but it doesn't matter. And she's going to buy a house too, and she doesn't have enough from her portfolio, from her home equity, to quote downsize to his house. So she's got to sell her house if she wants to move to a different area, a different state, and she's going to need to tap into her portfolio for that as well. So the issue is, anytime you got to tap into your portfolio, we don't want you to have to tap into your portfolio when things are getting crushed. We want you to tap into a portfolio that has remained the same, if not grown. And now that we're getting 5% a year in the money market, it's like crazy to me just to have 100% in stocks, or just even like a 90-10 portfolio when we're getting money market. And people say, well, bonds have a place too. That's what I'm saying. In this case, it'd be 50% stocks, 30% cash, 20% bonds. And again, once a couple years have settled in and she's needing less from her portfolio because Social Security's fully kicked in and that small annuity she's going to get, then we can go back to being a little bit more aggressive if we want. But man, protection. The first couple years in retirement, the first couple years, 2 years before retirement, first couple years of retirement, protection is key. Anyway, love your thoughts on that. I'm going up to Costco. Gonna make some steaks tonight because I love me some steaks. All right, put your thoughts in the comments section. All right, God bless. See you.